Hello, I'm Sid Whedon, and this is the Psychic Weather Report for the 6th of June, 2025. There's a lot of people on the internet saying that this is some kind of portal day. I don't know. Um, I felt pretty normal. I don't know about you. Um, been a crazy day. It's like I feel like I've done like 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 things, and yet got nothing accomplished. I really did. It's like I got all my adapters and sound cables sorted and put in a new box, stuff like that. I had a lot of that. Um, but as far as feeling some kind of portal or extra energy or like anything coming through from another world, no, I did not feel that at all. What I have been thinking about is the power of self acceptance. Now, I need to say off the top that this is different from self love. I don't know what self love is. That sounds kind of nasty to me. I don't know. I'm sorry. But self love hits me the wrong way. Love me almost. Yeah. I love other people. I love my dogs and cats. That's who and what I love. I don't love myself, but I have found that there's a great deal of freedom in learning to just accept yourself. Um, Example: I wanted to do a podcast. I've wanted to do a podcast for a long time. It interests me. It took me a while to get all the gear together, but it's cool. And it's where things are happening right now in media is the podcast. And I wanted to be in the game. I won't argue about it. I won't deny that. But in order to do a podcast, I had to come to grips with my face. I had to face my face. I had to come to grips with the fact that I'm 72 years old. I don't look like I did when I was 33 or 28 or 24. I don't even look like I did when I was 50. I look like myself at 72. Well, I got wrinkles and lines. It's not, if I had a choice, it's probably not the face I would want to present to the world, but it's mine. I have to reckon with that. I have to make that act of self acceptance to say, okay, this is me. I want to do this. This is what it costs. This is what's going to happen. This is the image that I'm going to present. And make peace with that. The cost of non self acceptance is terrible. Um, when you're really not squared away with yourself, you're afraid to do anything. That's what really happens. You never get anything done. You never get anything started. You never really do one of those things and really step out and take a risk and put yourself out there and meet some people and have a life. You're afraid to do it. The message from that is, you know, we're all incomplete. I like that, I don't know, that bumper sticker or what t-shirt slogan, be patient, God's not finished with me yet. I like that. Um, a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. I'm getting better every day in some way or another. And and the message from really kind of radical self-acceptance is it's okay to be a work in progress. It's okay to acknowledge that maybe you're not totally where you want to go. Um, but you're living your life, you're growing, good things are happening, you're learning, and it's okay to be a work in progress. Now, I pulled a tarot card. It's one of my most favorite and also most dreaded of all the tarot, and that is the moon card. Uh, the moon card in the tarot has just layers and layers of meaning to it. It is all the things that you associate with the moon. But it's also uncertainty. It represents spirit. It represents illusion of things not being exactly what they appear. It represents that situation where you are forced to use your intuition because your rational eyes and ears at this moment may not be trusted. Um, it's whiskey. Um, a lot of people are struggling with a lot of uncertainty. They don't know where they are. They're not sure really even where they want to go. And they're not sure about what they're seeing. You know, I really strive hard not to be political with this one, and I won't be, don't worry. But the it has to be said that the current political administration is contributing a great deal to the general uncertainty that people feel. The idea of uncertainty brings us to the idea and the notion and realization of liminality. Liminality. Now, if you want the textbook definition of that, liminality refers to a state of transition, often describing the in between phase of a process or experience. It comes from the Latin limen, meaning threshold, and is used in anthropology, psychology, and cultural studies to describe moments where individuals or societies exist between two sustained states. Liminality. Um, I mean, the formal ritualistic interpretations that we have of liminality are the rites of passage, whether it's baptism or a bar mitzvah or those kinds of. I'm sure there's others, I don't know the names of them, but they're rites of passage where you go from being a child to being an adult. And, society recognizes you, you've moved, you've changed states. But in that in between, when all that's happening, when that transition is taking place, you're in a state of liminality. You're neither child nor adult. You're neither here nor there. Um, and that's kind of how the moon card feels to me. It is, it's, you're kind of out there. It's not real clear where everything is or what's going on. You're kind of having to feel your way. Um, and I don't know, I feel a lot of that right now. Like things aren't all calm and lovely and settled down. It's more like people looking and trying to figure things out and all. Um, some other key cards that kind of refer to liminality in the tarot would be the High Priestess. She lives by her intuition and she's kind of between worlds. The Fool, who is perfect and nothing's happened to him yet, and he's in this state between kind of like divinity and humanity. Death, um, the Great Transition, the Great Composter, and the Hangman, being stopped, being between states, being voluntarily placed in a situation where you're forced to radically view things differently. The Hangman. And this is usually something we take on ourselves, the Hangman, by the way. And the Tarot, often one of the great values of it is, if you read tarot cards for a while, you realize everything's about change. Everything's about transition in the tarot. But that's one of the strongest, best, most beautiful parts of the tarot is that it helps people through transitional states. It helps people through the liminality of life. I love the tarot. I go back and forth about magic and witchcraft and all that shit, and I don't know, Christianity. I've done it all. Uh, None of it seems actually to work very well for me. But the tarot does. The tarot does. The tarot's been with me. It's been a lifelong companion. I really bought my first deck of tarot cards in my senior year of high school. Yeah. That was in like 1971. It was a White Rider pack, and then shortly thereafter, I was at a head shop. I think Leatherhead on Bardstown Road in Louisville, to be exact. And they had this gorgeous deck of the Aleister Crowley Thoth deck. Oh my God! In hard cardboard box, it was just so slick, and the cards were beautiful. And both of those decks were stolen from me, by the way. Someone to whom I gave my hospitality to, which there's been quite a few actually that have stayed in my house, somebody stole them. I replaced them, sort of. I've never found that Crowley deck again. Uh, I, I have several weight rider packs. You know, they're nice. They're the ones I use. I've never found that really nice Crowley deck in the cardboard box with the Order of the Golden Dawn stamped on it and all that jazz that I had one time. And it's probably a good thing I don't know who took it because I would probably hurt them if I knew. But anyhow, I had the especially the weight deck has been with me all my life. I always felt kind of weird about the Crowley deck. It's like, there's a certain demonic taint to this thing. I'm picking up a particular odor about these cards, and I'm not sure that I want to really work with them, so I always worked with the Weight Rider pack. And they've been constant friends for all these years, since 71. They work for me. Um, Not much else does. So I guess to wrap this up, if you're feeling that kind of betwixt and between, that's okay. It's okay to be in a liminal state. It's okay to be moving and transforming. Yes, it does often feel scary, but it's okay. It is life itself, actually. Uh, Just an airplane, life has changed, how it differs from the rocks, and that's the truth. Um, I'm Sid Whedon, and this has been the Psychic Weather Report for June 6th, 2025. Thank you for listening. Good night.